Hello everybody, and welcome back to some SkyT. How you guys doing today? I hope you are doing well. I am. So, I am now officially back from my vacation. I had 6 days being completely away from everything. No technology, pretty much. Well, I had technology, but I was pretty much away from my phone, away from everything. I feel so rested. I'm ready to get back at this. And we've got a lot of stuff to do. And this video is probably going to take me a couple days to get going because I'm going to try to cram as much of this into this episode as we can because a lot of it's going to be the same stuff. So, what are we going to be doing this episode? Well, we got through our to get to our extended crafting. We can get the ender ingots. We need to get things set up for the redstone ingots. No big deal, but we've got where we can get started to a certain extent with our extended crafting, which gets us into the last tier stuff. The one thing that we need now is ludicrite, and that's going to be a lot of work. Ludicrite is bigger reactor. Bigger reactor is all done at the end of the power stuff. Well, not at the end of the power stuff. We got to get to at least the spirited, which is here. So we got a lot of stuff we need to do. And to get through power, we're going to need more power, which we've got plenty of power, but we're not generating a whole lot at the moment. So I've got to take all this and get it automated so we can upgrade our stuff, our power storage. So we've got more power and we're generating more power because right now those are just bottlenecked and they're not really doing anything. So we've got that we've got to get done. I need to get all of our machine frames. This is going to, these guys, getting these automated will help us get through all of our, well, we need to get through the applied energistics stuff. To do all this, the ME interfaces, they take the advanced machine frames. So we've got all of that we need to do. So there's a lot of stuff that we need to start worrying about. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to start automating machines. This guy's mechanism. We'll go ahead and get the thermal stuff. All these machines that are just kind of sitting around, we're going to start getting them going. To where we can just automate the processes. Those, upgrade them all to the higher tiers. So we're going through them. Try to get all of that cleaned up, ready to go. And once we get through that, we can start working on power to get power going. To get into the other stuff. So, first things first is I need to see if I've got any. I have a few ME interfaces left. Matter of fact, that'll be enough for what we need. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Beautiful. So I need to get these guys hooked up. That'll take care of our machine frame part of it. Then I got to figure out exactly how I want to do the mechanism. So let me get all this going and I will be back. Alright, so we are back. And a lot of work has been done. And I mean a lot of work. Auto crafting stuff. We have I've gone through and done a lot of adding stuff. We've got, let's go down here and look. We've added a bunch of patterns in there. I've got our dissolution chambers all set up, ready to go. These guys are actually pretty easy to, that I got room for another one, are actually pretty easy to automate. All you've got to do is set up a pattern anywhere next to them, change the input and outputs to pull and push in the directions, give it the fluid, and it will automatically put the stuff in it. So it's not really that bad to do. We can go in here and take these out, craft up 3 of them, and you can see it will do just one at a time. Oh, it's already finished. Nope, it didn't finish. Is waiting on the crafting of the other stuff. Now it finished. Anyways, so it all works out real nice. Got all that going. Over here, we've got our mechanism alloys, which I don't really have. I have a pattern set up for this, but we don't need it. And then I have it just set up because of the basic control circuit. And then we have our reinforced alloy and our atomic alloy. And then I've got our enriching factory for the few pieces of this that we need. And the obsidian dust to get to the enriched obsidian. And all this that we had over here, I moved. I decided to leave it. I might clean it up a little bit, but we still got the steel. I moved it up there. Wait, what do... Okay. It's making sure it's working. Anyways, instead of having the drawer down here, move the drawer upstairs with the rest of our stuff and just put an ender chest going up there. I also did the same here with the alloys. It's just putting into the ender chest, and I moved the drawer up there, so it's now a part of our system. And the same thing with diamond dust, which I don't know why we really need that much diamond dust, but we've got that much diamond dust. I have not done anything with this just yet. I am got this guy running now. They're both running full force. We're generating 144,000 ish RF a tick. I think that's about right. Anyways, that sounds right. But these guys are dwindling down. Part of it is because we had a hiccup. I figured out we had the problem with the pipes and the entangled blocks earlier, and I think it's when it updates. When I do an update to the pack, they just had an update and everything was broke with that. I had to go back and fix it. This one was broke. Those were all broke. So yeah. So, now that that's all done, we've also got our thermal machines back here, redstone furnace, induction smelter, the press, and pulverizer. I had to do the press because we needed gears for our machine frames, so while I was doing it, I went ahead and added all this stuff in. We've got, I made diamond dust one just in case we need it, osmium dust for here in just a minute, our gears, all the thermal stuff, and we have dielectric paste ready to go. And then these are just a few of the furnace recipes that we needed. I tried using the better furnaces, and I was having issues with them working all the time. I have cleaned up some of our wiring. I've got a main cable running down through here that's now connected with P2P channels to all the different things. Our create stuff is hooked up here. We've got these guys set up to with patterns for the stuff that we need to go into the crate. It comes out, goes through, and goes in here. We could have just piped this back into here if we happen to need more channels out this way. We can do that and save a bunch of that. And this is for plates. So we've got all of that. Trying to think what else we got going on. So all of this is now cleaned up. Most of this is cleaned up. These guys I really don't have a use for anything right now. I don't remember exactly. I know we used snow for this one, and I don't know what it was we used these for. So we've got these just sitting here for now, and I'll use them as we need them. I do need to get a handful of these made up so I can get my pipes all automated. And then the other thing that I have done, I did move our power stuff over here. I'm trying to clean up some of the stuff here. This stuff I'm eventually going to do too. So I moved our flux network stuff over here, and then I've added a bunch of stuff in here. Now that we've got add to it, we've got the basic induction cells that we had, and then underneath it there is 5 of the let's go in here because I forgot which ones they were, the elite that are in there, plus 2 of the elite. Yeah, anyways, the induction cells and the induction providers. I had a brain fart. So we are putting in a bunch of power now. We've got, like I said, it's running full force. We can output and input 13 million FV a tick. We're putting in 144,000 FV a tick, and we're not even touching that right now. So it's filling up pretty well, and we're all good to go and ready to get on about our next bit of business, which is going to be our power stuff. Which, if we come down here, I've got our orb. I haven't done any of the other stuff to it yet, but I've got our orb automated, and this is pretty simple to do. We set this into blocking mode to not push crafting ingredients in if the inventory contains a pattern input. So it'll just put, I thought I heard walking, it'll just input one recipe at a time, and then I have the pipe in here with a filter of what to allow out, and it sucks it out. And then so we've got all of that stuff. I've run tests to make sure that they work. So we've got the niotic crystals, we've got blazing crystals now. I've done recipes for the energizing rods, which I haven't done just yet. So there is that. The other thing that I need to do before we really get started with this is I need to set up another one of these with just turning our raw uranite into uranite, which we've got. I don't know why I come up here. We've got 192,000, and then we can smelt these for 1-to-1, or we can run it through the orb for or doubling, and that's probably what we're going to do. So I need to get this guy set up, and while we're doing it, we'll go ahead and try this recipe out and make sure that this is all going to work. Lumium. Everything's working. Everything worked. Awesome. I love it when everything works. I do have, if we run down here, I did hook up our B stuff. There's a cable running across there to that, so that's all hooked up. And I think that is about all we have done in between the episodes. Or not episodes, we were in between, but we talked about what we were going to do, and then we were going to do that. So, but we have, let's complete some quests. XP tap. I made the XP tap. It is over here on our mob farm. This one over here. I was running through XP and wanted to boost it up so we could keep flying, because that's what we use for our flight. So we have that. We have thermal. The only quest we have is for the resident integral component. I figured while I was setting all this up, I would go ahead and automate all of this. That way, any thermal machines that we make and put down, we can get all the speed out of it. We've got applied energistics. We've got the basic cards. Needed that for the crafting cards. We finished up all of our different importers, exporters, stuff like that. We've made all of our terminals. And blank pattern. Now, basically about the only thing we've really got left to do here is we've got these guys, but we've got to get into the lazier AE2, and this is going to be a little bit because we've got to get our ether gas going, and I've got to work on that, which is coming up here soon. So all of that stuff is now finished. That stuff can all go up. It's in my way. That can go up. All right. And then we've also got quest for mechanism for our other components. We can throw these guys in here just cuz right now. And that'll give us a little more capacity and a little more input and output. We're up to 19 million now. So, yeah, we should be good to go with that. We'll just have power storage issues, which we won't once we get into Iconic Evolution. So, now, to power. We have Blazing Crystal complete. We have Niotic Crystals complete. So, that's easy enough done. Our Energizing Rods, that's what I need to work on is getting the next bit of this set up. We'll probably just go ahead and set it up right here. Alright, so we're back. We've got this guy set up. I'll eventually change these out. And I may get rid of this altogether. Normally what I do with this is I set it up as a set and forget and just let it run, just automatically changing out all the raw to the regular. And it's a fairly, I don't want to say it's a slow process, but it was not as fast as I wanted it to be, so we could get to what we want to get to. And so I was like, so I started crafting up the energizing rods. I was going to craft these up, and then I realized, watch this. If we craft up, let's go ahead and craft up our 13 of these, because we need 13 is what we need to do the other ones with. And you watch, this thing just flies. And it was even flying with the smaller energizing rods. Matter of fact, if we come over here, let's change this to that. And if I want to craft up 1,000 of these, it crafts them so fast. Wait. Oh, it's not going. Why is that not? Did I not do it? Oh, no. Craft 1,000 next. Start. And it'll craft them. That's what it looks like. And if we come in here and look, it's just burning through them. So just having them crafted up on demand is going to be just a quicker way of doing this. And it runs through the 1,000 of them right quick. We have a problem with power, at least as far as that goes, but it doesn't take but just a second to craft 1,000 of them, and this one's already done. So yeah, we can just add the higher tiers. I should have put these in there, and we'd have made that a lot better. But now I can take all these guys out and change these out. Is that going to... No. And that will help a little bit with our running out of power. Oh, no. And it'll make this process probably even just a little more quicker. Not that it necessarily needs to be, but if we can make it faster, we're going to make it faster. So, now that I've got all that taken care of, we can start looking into our next bit of business, which is going to be the Spirited Crystal. And this is going to be where we have... Actually, I tell you what, I think the Spirited Crystal we're going to wind up... No, I can do it now, and then we can just kind of go over it. We've got to get the 5 times ore processing set up. We're not going to get all the way through it because we just want this guy here. So we're going to try to set this up as a auto-craftable thing. So I'm going to get to work, see what I can do, and then I will be back. Alright, so we are back. This is actually a pretty clean setup compared to some of the other stuff that I've done. But I have got uranium crystals, and I do believe, if everything works, I haven't tried to automate it, I just made sure everything was working. So, go through this process. We've got our chemical oxidizer here making sulfur dioxide. It is being... I've got it entangled to our drawers over there, not our drawers over here. So it's not pulling from our big inventory of them. And it's just going in here, and it's filling up this chemical infuser, which has it and oxygen. The oxygen we're pulling from a tangled block from our stuff over here. So we've got plenty of oxygen going. So all that's going in here and making our sulfur trioxide. And then we come over here. We are making water vapor, which is just using the rotary condensator and decondensating water into water vapor. And then I've got both the sulfur trioxide and the water vapor entangled going into here, making our sulfuric acid, and our sulfuric acid is entangled going into this guy. So, I've got a pattern set up here. I run one set through just to see how many that we get. So, from 3 of these, we get 10 uranium crystals. That is the math that I come up with. Well, it wasn't the math I come up with. It is the math that somebody come up with, but that's how it works. We've got our chemical washer that we put these guys in here. It turns it into the dirty slurry. This takes a dirty slurry, mixes it with water, makes a clean slurry, and then this guy makes the crystals with it. So, now, if all works, I should be able to go like this. Let's craft 10 of them. And all this should work. And we should get our little notification here in a second that... Beautiful. It is done. So this will be the slowest part of making the crystals. And I've got them. We've got full energy and speed upgrades in here, so it's set up as fast as it goes. And then we have these guys set to be auto-crafted when we make our spirited crystals, and I don't have to keep this guy running to burn through our slurry, or not our slurry, but our sulfur before we get into making all of our power stuff. What is it that keeps blinking up here? I keep seeing a light. And I don't know. It's a block placer. Okay. Anyway, so now that we've got that, I should be able to come up here and make us a recipe for our spirited crystal. That's not what I wanted. I wanted this guy here. We've got plenty of emeralds. We've got plenty of the viridium chips. We've got those going with our bees. So now if everything is good, I should be able to craft up 10 of these. Wait. Before we do this, I want to make sure that everything works from the get-go. So craft those. Nope, I just want 10. It's got to craft everything up from scratch. That is taking a lot of power to make those. Let's go down here and make sure that's working. Oh, it's not going to work because I have not done... Let's add... we can do this. This is how you can add filters without having to actually have the item in here, and it works out pretty well. Submit, and now that's beautiful. We've got our spirited crystals. That quest is now complete. I did go back, and while we are doing these, I went back and crafted these, so we can go ahead and do that. And while we're at it, we might as well go ahead and set up a recipe and complete what we're going to do today. That guy and this guy. And now I should be able to craft one of these up. All we're going to make is just one for now. And if we need to make them again, we've got them ready to go. So that is done. That quest is now complete. And we are now done with this video. It has took me almost 2 days to get all of this stuff done. But we got a lot of work done. Mechanism. We've got all of our stuff for the chemical washing. Yellow cake uranium, that went. We got to empty out our inventory. Some of this stuff can go away. We're done with a lot of it for the moment. That can go, that can go, that can go. Our drawers stuff can go now. That can go, and that can go. And we've got a nice clean inventory. And we'll be ready to get on about our business. So we've actually got most of Mechanism done. Basically, what we've got left is to get into our end game stuff for Mechanism. I've got a couple of other machines. I can do these quests right quick. I actually have all the stuff set up to be crafted because it's part of these guys. And then just a couple of crafting stuff just to get done. So, but with that, that's where we're going to leave it. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.